Our National Assembly will know the status of our National Assembly. Bills are passed at light speed without debate. And there are several. I don't know how many executive bills that were sent to the National Assembly that were thoroughly debated and either rejected or passed by the Nigerian people, representative of Nigerian people. Checks and balances have totally collapsed, as you know, and critical decisions are made through voice votes. That's not our constitution. That's not our constitution. I don't know what other indicators. You know that the 2023 elections is the most judicially contested elections in Nigeria from 1999 to date. Not only that, what of the number of persons that voted in that election? Our keynote speaker aptly captured it. That we are only 8 million Nigerians elected a president. Something must be wrong with that democracy. And so I don't think it's in dispute that we are under a democratic regime. However, democracy is not a gift. Nigerians must fight to protect this democracy. Nigerians must fight to ensure that this democracy that was earned with people's blood and sweat and tears will not end up working against the Nigerian people. Through your ballot that they got their seat there, and it is through your ballot that they cannot return or they can return, they are most likely going to be incentivized to defend your interest. So for me, that's the greatest challenge we face today. The fact that legitimacy is not derived from the ballot box. Until we address that, we will continue to hold talk shop. And today, the current National Assembly, if you follow the trend, the issue of reform of the electoral system or amendment of the Electoral Act is not a top priority. It may be on paper that in the legislative agenda it is captured, but it's no way their top priority. I can tell you what is their top priority. The reversal to the old national anthem was passed within hours. That is priority number one. It will be passed in hours. That is a priority. That's how to determine your priority. So, for me, the first thing is, can we deal with this issue of the electoral system? The second one is what Dr. Sam spoke about. The institution that drives that process, INEC. For as long as you have a compromised INEC, please don't expect much. If you also follow the trend of those who are appointed resident electoral commissioners, I'm sure you know, whether we deny it or not, that most of them are partisan. They have entrenched interest in the political system. They are the ones who will post electoral officers, appoint supervisors, appoint returning officers, and all of that, whether at the commission level, at the state level. So the election is rigged even before you commence the process. Then when they get to the National Assembly, if you defect, our constitution is very clear on that. If you defect, you retain your seat. And so it's not important that they will stand up for the Nigerian people. And so in summary, to address this issue, first, let's do everything we can to fix the electoral system, to fix INEC. And it is not those who are in government today that will fix it for us. The media has a role. Civil society has a key role. We cannot remain as armchair critics and expect things to change. Nothing will change.